How should we look at the next market trend after the bottom turns? If you are interested in this question, please follow me. Our channel used to look at the small levels from the big levels. But this time we will start with the small levels. Let's start with 4 hours. We can find that the current market has reached a bottom and turned. We have emphasized before that Bitcoin has been tested back and forth at the same price. This is already the 5th time. You can find that we have done it once, twice, 3 times and 4 times before. It was the 5th time. In the 5th time, we did fall below the previous low, but we had a bottom turn. This bottom turn, I think it was a successful bottom turn. Why? We can take a look. We look at the one on the right. The rise completely wraps up the fall on the left. And although the bulls do not have an overwhelming victory in terms of volume and energy, it does not lose to the volume of the shorts on the left. So does this bottom-out collapse disintegrate our entire market? For example, at a larger level. I don't think there is a short structure on the daily line at present. Of course, I personally haven't gone long yet, but we can take a look. We mentioned before that we have a head and shoulders top at this position. When the price of this head and shoulders top reaches any price, we will be invalid. In fact, it is to the right shoulder. The right shoulder is at 26460 at the current price. Our current highest price of Bitcoin rebound is at 26321. In fact, it is still 100 short. If our right shoulder is overtaken by more than $100, then this head and shoulders will be completely invalid. I personally think that the possibility of overtaking is quite high. At present, it seems that it is quite large. If it is not overtaken, this head and shoulders is still valid. In fact, we can observe that when this head and shoulders broke down, in fact, when we closed the subsequent market, that is when we had a second positive line, which pulled up. In fact, if we watch the head and shoulders top down, if it breaks and goes short, you can actually leave when the second positive line appears, because it swallows up the original neckline again. Usually, for a good head and shoulders bottom structure, as long as it breaks with heavy volume, it will go straight to the bottom. When it falls, it usually does not rebound too strongly or even return to our neckline. This situation should not occur when a healthy head and shoulders top breaks. However, we did appear at 4 hours. There has been a pretty good rebound. But if we pull it to the daily line, we can find that it has not reversed our short structure on the daily line. Then some people may say that we are also exposed to $25,000 of Bitcoin. Will it happen? If we have a big rebound like before, then we can compare the 2 periods of the market. In fact, from the current point of view, I personally think that it will not have such a big rebound like the previous one. We can look at it from several levels. But it does not rule out that we will look at more K lines later and then verify this possibility. But we can talk about the verification process. The first one is that in fact, one of the ways we can confirm our rise is that we can draw a trend line. You can see that when we broke through the trend line, he released a very huge amount of energy. That is not yet there. In fact, we also have a trend line. Our trend line is at this position and now it is on this line, this line. Okay. If we go up, it will be about 27,000. If the position of 27,000 is broken, it will be very similar to our previous situation. Then we will see if he can show up in large quantities. But from the current point of view, he has indeed wrapped up the previous negative line. But if we observe the volume energy, you can find that actually the volume energy of our positive line is still very small or smaller than the previous negative line. If we want to produce an increase like the previous one, you can find that we are breaking the volume energy of the positive line we appeared. After the bottom turn was much stronger than the previous negative line. Even after we broke through the trend line, our volume energy increased significantly. But we haven't seen this yet. Moreover, if we look at our subsequent decline, it is actually much weaker than the previous one. If we use our current trend judgment on the daily line, we can actually set a final bottom line. If our previous high, which is about 28,184, is broken, then our short trend on the daily line will be destroyed. How to judge this? Let's first draw a few points that we judge to be bearish trends. Let's draw them as white arrows. This is more neutral and we can see that in fact, the high and low points must be in a pair. If they are not drawn in a one-to-one pair, then it's just that the drawing is wrong. It must be drawn wrong. Are we a pair like this? Then a pair like this. Then the high point we generated here did create a new low. So our current short trend can be established. Then no matter how high our rebound rebounds, it can never exceed our previous high, which is 28,184. If this place is exceeded, then what is our trend? It is not a short position, and this position is actually the previous high. The high point is also very critical because it is the central axis of the entire box above us. If we are back above the central axis, then it is not necessarily whether the box is full or empty. But it is not necessarily what we are now. It is struggling back and forth near the support of the box. It seems to be shaky, but now there is a bottom-breaking turn. If it can return to the central axis and the previous high position, then the trend of our short wave will be on the daily line. It will indeed be changed, but in fact, judging from the current market situation, this rebound has not disrupted the short trend in front of us. So in fact, I am the same now. After the rebound, I am also waiting for a rebound or short trend. If there is an opportunity to rebound, the possibility of shorting is good. From a short-term perspective, we are at the previous position, which is around 26,780. If this place is broken, then our rebound in this wave will expand further. But judging from the intensity of the current rebound, this place may not be reached. If you want to register for BitGet, now you can get 20 U of trial funds as long as KYC is required. There will also be a random short position of $5 to $30 in a digital blind box, which may be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or BGB. If you want to register Bybit, there is now a KYC deposit of $100, and you will get $30 for free. US dollar cash activities. And here are these $30. He can directly withdraw the currency without any opening of any position. He will directly send you $30 without any need. Then you can use your recharge and the $130 you sent to withdraw all the coins and follow the cryptocurrency market. Time sensitive. If you don't want to miss the next trading opportunity, please press the subscribe button and turn on the small bell to join the most profitable Bitcoin Chinese channel on YouTube. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.